Hey folks, FFG pulled one over on me last week, releasing the article on a Thursday instead of a Wednesday, which meant that my daughter wasn't in daycare and I had to be out a parent all week. So, unfortunately, I didn't get a video out last week, but it does mean you get a double header this week because they've obliged and they've put out the article. So, we're going to do a two-in-one. We're going to look at the V-Wing and the Tri-Fighter. So, without further ado, you can start looking at me and we'll get right to it. So we have the Stay Sharp, a preview of a Nimbus class V-Wing expansion, and it is a prototype of a TIE fighter, all the good stuff that it talks about from that. And then we have a dial. It's got white hard ones and red one blanks, which is interesting. All the twos are blue. Got a 2K turn. Got all of the threes with the straight being blue, and then the 4 and the 5 both white, and a 4K in there as well. So a pretty good dial. I like that a lot. It doesn't have a one straight, but you've got options with the bank and the hard. Then we see that we get a level 2 and a level 3 pilot. So nothing out of the ordinary. But when we look at the action bar, we do get the boost into target lock. So that's pretty interesting. And like I said, twin ion engines, so you ignore the tie ship restriction on upgrade cards. So you can take some of the cool tie upgrades as well. And yeah, that's pretty good. The boost into target lock is interesting because if you can take ordnance on it, you should be able to, well, it changes the game for counting to 11 and doing that opening engagement, in that normally you've got to account for how far your opponent can move to put you in range 3 and stuff like that. So having that boost in there just gives you a little bit more play. Like down a 3 straight on the first round, if they go slow, you can go faster, make it into a 5 straight effectively. Yeah, and that kind of stuff. So interesting things with that, but it's going to leave you stressed. It's going to, well, you're going all out on that shot, really, aren't you? So we'll see. Then it's got two interesting titles. We have, well, okay, let's maybe I've spoke too soon there. So the best title I think is interesting. That while you perform a primary attack, you may spend your lock on the defender to change one of your bank or focus results to a hit, and then it lets you add the bomb slot as well. So I think there's an interesting play there. Like, what's that upgrade? The tech. I forgot what it's called now. Oh dear, it's embarrassing. Not accuracy corrector. That's a first edition one. Spend a focus lets you convert a blank into a hit. Oh dear. Someone look in the comments. Someone will have corrected me, I'm sure. But you know what I'm talking about. I'm blanking right now. But it's kind of like that, only with target lock. So with a 2 dice attack, you're guaranteed to get 1. I mean, it kind of leans into that boosting into the target lock. So really aggressive play style. And then you get a bomb slot as well, so you can throw stuff behind you, which is fun. Throw stuff behind you, like thermal detonators, for example, where they have you drop 2 of them in a round, which is pretty cool. So you drop one up with a 1 with a 2, and do we have a description of how they work? I'm sure it was in the rule book already. Each ship with a sorry. Each of which will force a ship at range 0 to 1 to roll an attack die and gain a strain token for every focus result, or suffer a hit or a crit for every matching result. So that's pretty good. I'm a fan. Then we have the Esk title, which is where this one makes me sad. While you perform a primary attack, before rolling the attack dice, you may spend 2 charges, of which it's a recurring charge, so you can do it every other round. If you do, your crit results inflict ion tokens instead of damage. So we've got a 2 dice primary. Before you roll your 2 dice primary, you have to spend your 2 charges and then hope that you roll a crit to do an ion instead of damage. So you're sacrificing doing critical damage to something to do an ion. So you've really got to hope you've got kill shots lined up to like finish it off next round. But I don't know. I I don't know at what points level I would pay for this title. If I'm going to push a crit through on something with a 2 die attack, then I want to. And something's better being dead than being ioned. So, and you've got to do it before you're like. If it was after you've seen the results and you can see if there's a crit in there. But yeah, I don't know. Even at 0, I think it's still a choice, which, well, it's not because you don't have to use it. But yeah, so at 0, it's not a choice. You'd always put it on. Like, yeah, it's like with jamming beam, isn't it? Where you just take it because it's 0 points. But yeah, does this see play at one point? Do do you run this at one point? Let me know in the comments how many points you would pay. Then we've got the unique droid, which activates the title. So, I mean, if you got this guy on it, yeah, I mean, if you're selling me this as a combination, I'll take both. But then you're talking about only using it on named pilots, not on like generics. So it's a different animal. And then we have some tie upgrades. So limited ion limiter override. After you fully execute a red maneuver, you may perform a barrel roll action even while stressed. If you do, roll an attack die. On a hit result, you gain a strain token. On a crit result, you gain an ion token. Do I want to ion myself for a barrel roll? Red action. I mean, that could be interesting on a defender. Like if you're doing like a 1 hard, and then you get a barrel roll. But I don't know. Again, that's really difficult. Um, that risk of ion's terrifying if you do it on defender, though. Like if you can't dial in that 4K, are you even living? I don't know. Oddball. Oh, look, he's got the same pilot ability. I don't know. After you execute a red maneuver or perform a red action, if there's an enemy ship in your. So, this actually is pretty good. Because it's initiative 5, so if he's like in the high end of initiative in the game, that boost into target lock would let him remove the stress because you should be able to line up the bullseye with a boost with some good flying. Same with barrel roll, it's red, so no, I'm reading him as if it's Anakin's, but yeah, that's terrible. You may acquire a lock on that ship, so yeah, it's just all out bad. Yeah, I feel even worse now. Boost into target lock to let me get a target lock on a red barrel roll. So the red barrel roll can do something. Yeah. Just give me a different subtitle for Oddball and stop trying to make this ability work. I don't know. I mean, this is the most down I've been on a pack for a while, isn't it? I was I was pretty excited for all the last ones that were revealed and stuff, but I think Oddball's just done it. He's pushed me off the edge. um, it's initiative 5. It's a nimble chassis. If he's cheap enough, he'll see play, and you just ignore the fact that he's got words on the card, don't you? But yeah, I'm done trying to even worry about Oddball's ability. Then we have precision ion engines, so 2 charges. Before you execute a speed 1 to 3 choreograph turn, you may spend 1 charge to execute it as a signal sweep instead. So you can change your 2k turn into a 2 signals. Yeah. Seems good. Right. I don't think you're going to throw it on a lot of TIE fighters and like spend all your points on that. You're definitely going to run Hell Runner instead. Um, TIE fours, do they have anything funky? I don't think so. It'll be fine. Q7 Astromech. So this is the generic one out of the pack. While you borrow all our boosts, you can move through all overlap obstacles. Republic only. Um, do some fun stuff with the Jedi there, I suppose. Um, I mean, you're still going to suffer the effects of the obstacle. It doesn't change that. Just lets you. Again, it's like it's it's good, but it's not the kind of thing I want to be. All of this has got to be cheap, hasn't it? It can't make me pay for all of this stuff. Okay, Control is another Initiative 5. While you defend or perform an attack, if the bearing of your revealed maneuver is the same as the enemy ships, you may change one of the enemy ships' focus results to a blank result. Okay. So Joust Me Coward has like finally got got a pilot ability. You just dial in your 5 straight, and like if they're falling straight at you, you've got them in the bag, easy. Um, I'm trying to think. I mean, that's a much stronger ability than Oddball, but that's 2 Initiative 5 pilots in there now. So at least we're getting a few of the clones and stuff to fly around with them. Wolf Tarkin is the Aspiring Admiral. During the system phase, you may choose an object that you have locked at range 1 to 2. Another friendly ship at range 1 to 3 may acquire a lock on that object. Okay. So leans into his like crew card ability, gives out target locks. Mm, I mean, it could help set up like synced consoles on something else, but yeah, I'm not convinced the either. It's good, but I don't think the chassis is anything I'm going to want to write home about for him. Quick. While a ship that you have locked at range 1 to 3 defends or performs an attack, you may spend 1 charge to prevent range bonuses from being applied. Okay, that's actually good. So you could do if you did quick with Esk and the droid, you could shoot someone at range 3, use the droid to make one of them a crit, use the Esk title to make your crit to Ion, and then use Quick's ability to stop them from getting the extra agility die in the hope that your crit gets through to Ion them. So there's potential there for some facilitating from Quick, but again, it's that thing where I feel like I'm having to chase a gimmick really, really hard in this pack. But all of that said, where do I actually come down on the V-Wing? The sad thing is that I actually really like it. And I feel like that's just going to lose me games. I really like this ship. It looks so cool. I just want it to be good. So I'm probably going to buy 4 of them. 4 V-Wings is probably too many, but at least I'll have 4 so that when I want to run 6 or 7, I mean, hell, are they going to let me run 8? 8 V-Wings? Probably not. No, like, that dial is good. Is that dial better than an SF? 2s are the same. It's got 1 banks. Phew, no, it's got an extra shield over an SF, doesn't it? No, it's SF, an FO, sorry, an FO. I'm talking garbage. I can run 8 FOs. Yeah, they can't let me run 8 of these. Yeah, there's no way. I'm like beyond it. So it can't be 25 points, can it? So I don't think I'd want to run 7 of them because I don't like running 7 ships. I wouldn't run a block of 6 because I don't think I'd get a good enough ace. Unless the artist we looked at the other week is really cheap. So do you reckon you could fit like 6 crappy V-Wings and a decent artist in there maybe? No, I think 4. 4 is the right number. Then maybe I can get away with some shenanigans and like 4 of those and 2 of something else. So I'd expect like 26 points, 27 points at most, maybe. So I'd have 92 points left to spend across 2 ships. You're not getting Anakin and someone else, but you could get something decent, I'm sure. Yeah, then let's have a look at the Tri-Fighter. So this one, Total Destruction, previewing the Droid Tri-Fighter expansion pack, and we have the dial. So again, it's got a hard 1, and it's got a 1 Talon roll. Then the 2s are Droid 2s, so the 2 bank is white, but the straight and the hard turns are blue. Then the 3s, it's got a blue 3 hard, which is pretty good. 3 bank is white. The 3 straight is blue. 3K turn. A 4 straight, which is blue, so it can go quick. And a 5 straight, which is white, and a 5K turn. So I'll say like 3.5 options for turning around. So it feels good. And then straight away, this was interesting. The predatory program. No, not predatory programming. What am I talking about? The intercept booster attached and detached. So Tri-Fighter only, 3 charges, and it's got the decreasing charge symbol, so they fall off every turn. During the system phase, gain 1 disarm token unless you flip the card over. At the end of a phase, if you have no active charges, you flip the card over. It adds a slam into a red target lock to your action bar. So, yeah, you get the ability to swam. So you can, in fact, do something crazy like a 5 into a 5 into a target lock, or a 5 into a 5K. No, you can't do that because you'd be stressed. Oh, big sad. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good. I do like it. Anything that opens up like new openings, I think is good. And obviously, this is opening only because after round 3 at the latest, it's gone. And then the other side is just some nice flavor text. No way to turn a card back over. Once it's done, it's done. But I definitely like it. So, Separatist Interceptor is Initiative 3. It's got network calculations for the ability we all know and love. Got 3 attack die, which is really good with network calculations. 3 agility, which is really good. But only 3 hull. So it's like an interceptor, but network calculations is, what would you say, better? I think it's better. If you've got, as long as you can activate it more. Yeah, I think that's. Oh, I'm hesitant to say, but I think it'll have to be cheaper than like an interceptor, but I think it's a trap because I think it's just as good. I think they'll make it cheaper, but you'll easily be able to leverage that value. And then it's got barrel roll into a red evade or boost into a calculate. So I've got 2 different linked actions. So interesting. It's got the ability to target lock as white. With the boosters, you can do the slam into target lock as well. You could set up a decent alpha if you have some networking guys just all calculating, and then one of them gets a target lock. Same on defense. These could no one's going to shoot the interceptor, are they? Like, yeah, you're not going to shoot that. If you've got one of these and a couple of vultures, and the vultures both calculate and this guy evades, you're not going to shoot this guy, are you? Are you? Again, it feels like a trap. Oh, but so it's an initiative one. Pretty cool. Just a generic. Then Discord missiles. Yeah, we know all about them. They're good, but it's another way to get them. S-thread traces. Word to speak, Chris. Well, say a welcome return of an old favorite. Attack, focus, calculate, or target lock. They're limited to. It's range 1 to 3, no range bonuses, and a 3-die attack, 2 charges. If this attack hits, each friendly ship at range 1 to 3 of a defender may acquire a lock on the defender, then cancel all the dice results. So it does 0 damage, but everyone gets a target lock. You're friendly to yourself, remember, so you effectively trade a calculate for a target lock as well. Yeah, and checks out. So yeah, that facilitates some nasty alpha strikes. DIS 347 target acquired. Is it initiative 3? At the start of the engagement phase, you may acquire a lock on an object at range 1 to 3 that has a friendly lock. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Lets you just keep especially if you're running something like thread tracers, someone's going to have a lock on that thing from a previous round. Like one of your ships is going to have not spent it. Yeah, it's a start engagement phase. It's good. I like it. Fire control system. Yeah, we all know about that. Flak a prototype. Okay, words. Initiative 5, limited to 2. Predictive analysis protocol. All the same stats and actions. During the system phase, you may spend your lock on a ship to look at that ship's dial. So, playing off target locks again. While you defend the network calculations, we've seen that. Looking at the dial is that good. Initiative 5. So, I mean, it's alright. There's ways and means of getting it a target lock. So, if you can trace or something. Yeah, you trace or something and then just don't fire a lock. Don't spend a lock and you're just good, aren't you? It's just gravy. And it's initiative 5. These have got to be expensive then, haven't they? Like, screw you, I'm going to look at your dial so the rest of my ships can screw you over. Yeah. That seems like, even if you're not going to run 2, just one of them mixed in with the swarm looks pretty good for just guaranteeing blocks. Mag Sable Closure. After you fully execute a maneuver, if you move through an obscure structure or huge ship, or if you deployed, you may choose one enemy ship in your firing arc at range 1 to 2. That ship gains a strain token. So, looks like you're going to jump through some hoops, but if you do, you can give someone a strain token in the activation phase. And yeah, that seems pretty good. It's an EPT as well. Yeah, giving the people strain potentially that they can't remove this turn before you get to fire them is always good, I think. A fearsome predator, limited 3. Okay. Fixated pursuit. After placing forces, assign a fearful prey condition to an enemy ship. Okay, right. Then, fearful prey. After you defend against an enemy fearsome predator, if you did not spend at least 1 green token during the attack, gain 1 strain token. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. Initiative 4, DIS TB1. Clever circuits. While you defend or perform an attack, you may spend 1 calculate token from a friendly ship in the enemy ship's firing arc to change 1 focus result. Oh, it all makes sense now, doesn't it? Clever girl. So if your Velociraptor stood in the open, you can flank with another Velociraptor, and then when the guy looks at you and says "clever girl," you'll know, and you can exchange a laugh, and everyone will laugh. I think this is the first standardized card I remember seeing. I mean, there were probably one in the other. I kind of just wasn't paying attention, but standardized was introduced in a new rules reference. So every ship so if you take standardized, every ship of the same hull has to have standardized upgrades on it as well. Like if you put this on a vulture, all of your vultures have to have it. Replace your network calculation ship ability with the following independent calculations. While you perform a white calculate action, you may treat it as red to gain 1 additional calculate token. Other ships cannot spend your calculate tokens using the network calculation ship ability. But it's clever circuits, She's a clever girl. She knows the way. Yeah, so that seems like a decent synergy there. Hey, even just doing stuff like just taking it on the normal ones. So you get to 2 calculate tokens is better than a focus, but you are making it red. And then you've got to activate your target locks. What do you think? Would you standardize all of them? Yeah, I think Tri-Fighter seems good. Hmm. It's not like you're going to struggle to clear that stress, is it? Yeah, I like that. And then they are looking at November 20th. It's all coming so thick and fast, isn't it? November 27th for that one. And then when was this one? November 27th as well. Yeah, Jesus. It's coming quick. So the Tri-Fighter, I mean, clues in the name, isn't it? I'm probably going to get 3 of them. Uh, it does mean that you don't have to buy the individual multiples of the individual vultures if you start in now, because there's no way to get Discord missiles. Yeah, I think 3 seems solid. Hopefully, you could fit. Oh, which one was it? The fearsome predator one. Initiative 3. Do you think this ship is going to be 33 points? Could you run a chunky Darth Maul and 3 fearsome predators? Like, is it Proton Torpedo, Darth Sidious, well, Chancellor Palpatine, because, it's definitely going to get flipped. Honest. Gives him 4 force, you can proton someone, do all of that funky stuff. Can you fit that and 3 of these in? That's the question, isn't it? That's what I would like to know. I would really, really like to try that. So I hope you can. Probably means you can't, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you are thinking. Like the fearsome predators, they're definitely. If you can fit three of them and then a decent amount of like AC kind of thing. I mean, would you go for five? Two of these and three fearsome predators? Do you reckon that'd fit? That seems crazy, doesn't it? At that level, a five ship list that um kind of just gets you. I don't know. Um, and these aren't going to be 50 points. There's no way. So you probably can. Probably. Oh, I don't know. Initiative 5, like. Hmm, do you think they're 50 points? Like, no, we can't be. We can't, can we? Hmm. Yeah, I mean, if I need to buy five of these, I'm going to be upset. I'm definitely going to be upset if I need to buy five of them. But there you go. That's the quick like initial impressions of them. I'm going to go for four V wings and three of the tri fighters. Hopefully, I don't need to add two more to the tri fighters because like X-wing is getting expensive. Like COVID squeezing that schedule together is really making an expensive run up to Christmas, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, let me know what you think. Like I said, there's been a few questions in there if you managed to watch all the way through. But let me know what you think of the Tri Fighter and the V Wing. Which one's got you more excited? What, uh, what's the most you would pay for the ESC title? Independent calculations. What do you think of it for a standardized title? Let me know all of this in the comments below, and we'll see you on the next one.